Well, good afternoon. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. There's a lot happening, isn't there? There's a lot to talk about. A lot of you pointed out, thank you very much, very kind of you, regarding the latest. It's every day. It's literally every damn day. Yesterday, the word of the day, like Sesame Street. Can some of you remember Sesame Street when they had like a word for the day or a number of the day? And yesterday's word was exculpatory. That word. Today, it's naked man. That's the word for the day. Or words, naked and man. Because that is apparently what they're now saying that Bethany Funke saw. She saw a naked running man running from 1122 King Road off into the darkness of the night. Now, I remember, and I did touch on this, that there were some people who were filming potentially astrophotography, but they saw what they thought was a running female that night. Astrophotography, as far as I'm aware, astrophotography is the start, but I'm not going to go into it because that caused a little bit of a stir the first time round. Somebody, like I said, they had to retract what they were saying. Anyway, so what we're now saying is that Bethany Funke potentially saw a naked man run. I believe it was the Daily Mail who had sort of spoke on this, and I don't. I can't really work it out because in one hand we're saying that there's exculpatory, that word, which apparently I had 1 hour sleep last night. 1 hour's sleep. That's right, 1 hour. And that ain't enough for my brain to function. But that word, that sort of evidence that could potentially get Koberger off of his charges, I can't see that I don't see how that would work. All that would prove is obviously that someone else was there, unless he was running and he was naked and he was covered from head to foot in blood. Now, like I say, there's a lot that seems to be going on around this, and there's a lot for us to decipher from it, because a lot of it still remains in code. The statement that was made regarding what Bethany knew, the most part of it had been redacted, so we couldn't see it. But they're just saying that there is evidence of a serious nature that needs to be brought forward. And I touched on earlier the fact that there is a lot of people who believe that Bethany shouldn't be forced to come forward. She should be left alone. She's been through enough. And I said, fuck off, because we're talking about a man's life who is innocent until proven guilty. And we questioned yesterday on whether the fact why we struggle to make the timeline work is because the timeline isn't right. And there was, in fact, a situation that could have happened potentially earlier on in the evening, or how about later on in the evening, and that time frame that you're trying to tie Brian into just doesn't work. You know, there was a lot of questions around who was the DoorDash driver. Is it going to turn out that Brian was in fact the DoorDash driver all along, and he was there to deliver, and he got parked up and got to the door and saw what happened and came in and tried to help, realise, oh my God, what the fuck has happened here? And 0121 do one, and he's gone. And I can't work it out. But all I know is, all serious, all jokes aside, let's get serious. This is a case where 4 young students lost their life. And there is a guy who's been arrested, who it was pushed so hard by so many that he was the guy. He was the guy who did it. And so many excuses for the reasons behind why he did it. He was bullied. He is an incel. He's got a problem with females. He was stalking. He's a stalker. He's all sorts of things, and potentially skinned Buddy the dog. There's a lot been pushed onto Brian. And like I say, if it turns out the guy did it, it turns out he did it. If there's evidence that's been held back and withheld from the public, which I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because surely they couldn't arrest him just on what we've seen and still want to not get Bethany forward to help their case. I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is that Brian Koberger has been arrested. He's the guy who everybody has, well, 99% of people have rarely gone balls deep in the "we hate Brian, he's a killer" sort of narrative. And this one person apparently has some information that could indeed exonerate him. Now, is it going to be that he turned up there after these crimes had been committed? And did Bethany see him? Did Bethany know that before Brian had even arrived at the property, these crimes had already been committed? And is it because it then further brings into question the 8-hour time frame with regards to calling 911? Does that then put the spotlight back on them? Because it will then as much as she can prove that Brian was there after the murders had happened, that exact point proves that she knew that they'd happened, and Brian can throw it back. Is that what this was all about? And this is why they were going on the hunt. Did Brian tell his defense that he had interacted with Bethany? He knows that Bethany knew, and that is why he said that he was eager to get exonerated. It's a mystery, it's a puzzle, it's spaghetti. Is it going to get to June before this explodes? Are we going to get there? 26th of June, 2023. Brian Koberger preliminary hearing. What's going to happen between now and then? And what's going to happen on the day? Let me know down below. I'll catch you beautiful, beautiful people in the next one.
What's up, Harsh fam? We just launched our new nonprofit organization, United Search Corps. We're going to be advocating for the missing and families of the missing as well. And we need your help to spread awareness for our mission and also our fundraiser. There's a lot of equipment and necessary things that we need for this to be possible. So please take a second and share our fundraiser. For more information, please check out our website, unitedsearchcorps.org. Go over to my YouTube channel and check out our announcement video as well. The links will be in the description below. Thank each and every one of you for your time and consideration. Thank you.